Welcome to the Gear Slum, your one-stop shop for all things guitar culture nonsense. I'm Aaron.
I'm Phil.
And I'm Cole.
We slum it hard so you don't have to. Coming at you live from Kauerfest 2019. Not actually Kauerfest. It's the night
From
before
Hoseville.
Kauerfest. We are in Roseville, California.
Hoseville.
Shea Eisenhower.
Casa de...
Home of William Jessup University.
We went
What's
to
Shea Eisenhower?
We went to Phil's. What's that?
What is Shea Eisenhower?
Shea, that just means in French. That's
Oh,
just
I
like someone's
see.
house.
I forgot that was your last
CHEZ.
Idiot. You forgot that was my last name?
Yes. I was thinking of I thought he was like listing a person named Shea Eisenhower.
We're in Roseville, Shea Eisenhower.
William Jessup, Shea
third
Eisenhower.
baseman for the Oakland A's.
The rival Christian private university, Shea Eisenhower? No, that's not true.
Yeah, we're here at Phil's house sitting around his dining room table.
Beautiful table.
It's beautiful.
What is this,
Rosewood,
mahogany?
Hosewood.
Mm-hmm.
Is this
Brazilian
Is
Hosewood.
this pine or Nordic maple?
It's definitely not pine.
Arctic char?
That's what it is.
It's Arctic char.
Yeah.
Arctic char.
It's
Arctic char.
but it's pronounced char.
Arctic
Arctic
char.
char.
Yeah.
Arctic Charlemagne.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's cool. Anyway, we're sitting around a table recording a podcast here. Phil's
That's
wearing a
true.
tuna shirt.
That's true.
So one thing I was kind of excited about, the one piece of swag that only I have seen and nobody else has seen, we ordered some coasters. They just had some, like, Sticker Mule does sales every week, and where it's like some small quantity of something. So it was 10 coasters for like $5 or something. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll get some
Great
coasters.
deal. Great deal.
And then I brought them with me, and I was like really excited and came over and kind of like threw them in front of Phil and Aaron. Aaron just like immediately grabbed it and put his wet drink on top of it. And it's like
Didn't even look at it.
Didn't even look at it. And he's like, I thought that's why you handed
That's
it to
what
me.
it's
It's
like,
like,
you're giving me a
well, I
coaster.
mean, technically it is a coaster, but like you're supposed to admire how
99%
cool
of
it
the
is.
time when someone hands you a coaster, it's like a subtle
Yes.
scolding. Like, you
Oh.
Neanderthal, put your drink
I
on
mean,
this,
first
you
of all, this
idiot.
isn't my house, so I don't give a crap about the table. But also,
You
99%
just
of the
thought it was
time,
Mormon hospitality?
Yeah.
99% of the time, they don't hand you
Come
a
on, you
coaster with
moron.
your own logo on
That's
it.
true. That is
They
true.
did turn out really good, though.
Yeah, they look sweet. If you're looking for
So-
custom coasters,
The only other person who
Sticker
has one
mule.
of these is Will LaHue, because I
sticker mooly.
traded him for that stack pedal. I sent him 2 walrus pedals, and so I
The
threw one
flopping
in there.
floppers
Yeah.
stack.
The flipping, and it's a really cool.
Flapping flappers.
It's a solid gold pedal. That's It's like the Zeta Deluxe. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Which is like, I want to say the Zeta is like based on Distortion Plus.
It could be.
Or
Yeah,
like a
'cause it's
250
not.
style.
It's not like super. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
pretty.
I thought the Distortion Plus and the 250 style are the same.
They are.
Yeah,
They're
they are pretty
similar, yeah. But I think it's based on Distortion Plus and not the 250.
So it has like a super configurable side.
And then it has the
With like-
BC 549 boost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a cool pedal. They actually sound, the boost is cleaner than the. I mean, you have a drive control on the main part of the pedal, but they're both fairly dirty. The boost isn't like super clean by any
Yeah,
means.
I borrowed that boost by itself
Yeah.
from Co for a while.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's cool if you're playing through like a super high headroom amp and you want it to have like just be kind of dirty all the time.
Yeah.
That boost is really cool
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, which is kind of like what I do with a Timmy, for example.
That's what I do.
That's what I do.
It's what I do.
And then we got another piece of cool
What it
swag.
do, what it do.
Yeah, so we've been hinting at it in the group, in our like secret group, our street crew
Use the
group.
thumb thing, Aaron.
Yeah,
Can't-
use the
it doesn't
thumb.
work.
Aaron.
It does.
Oh, it doesn't work, Aaron? Really?
They're ridiculing me. I'm not left-handed, guys.
It's a left-handed thumb.
No, I'm using my left hand, you
Oh,
idiot.
I see.
Now we're just saying hurtful things to each other.
So
now.
if you're not a part of our street crew group, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/thegearslum, and then you get access to our secret Street Crew Facebook group also. But anyway, we've been hinting
Secret information.
We've been hinting there for a little while that we have something cool coming. And so today, actually, let's back up. So when we were at NAMM NAMM is January, right? Mm-hmm. In January, we shared a house with the Sinusoid guys and the 60 Cycle Hum guys and a couple other guys, Tim and Luke.
The Durham Jones Pinnaker guy.
The Durham Jones Pine Gar
guy.
And also Matt Hoops from 1981 Inventions. And we were talking to him about his DRV pedal, and we just he's like, hey, if you ever want, I can do custom work. So whatever. So we've been hinting at it, but so Cole and I have been kind of talking to him behind the scenes, and Phil's kind of out of the loop. So we're relaying everything secondhand to Phil.
For whatever reason.
Wait a minute.
The conversation started as a text string between.
Wait a minute. The three of you had a text?
The three of us are in a group text.
We've talked about this so many times, Phil.
Since January?
We've texted once or twice, but since
I know you were texting him.
I mean, I texted him individually, and I'm sure Cole does too.
I have texted him individually.
Did he text you back?
Yes.
Well,
but at any rate, when we were figuring out the details, because usually when it comes down to I don't know, paying for something, it's oh yeah, you can PayPal me, and then Phil would be oh, we have a PayPal. So that's probably why you weren't involved in that aspect of the conversation. But
we've only been really chatting with Matt in the group since we started working on the actual design of the pedal. Anyway, so he made us some pedals. So we had them all shipped here because we knew we were coming here for Kauerfest. And we're like, oh, it'd be fun to open them at the same time. And we live streamed it in the group. So if you already know, you already know. But Phil was really excited about it.
I literally said, here's the thing. I literally said, you guys, I'm super stoked about these pedals, but there's an extra level of awesomeness that if we are all sitting around in my kitchen, opening the box.
What you said?
Yes.
He's paraphrasing.
Opening the box together. That would just be such an extra
and then he said,
of awesomeness.
And then he said, but I don't think it's going to happen, so I'm trying not to dream too hard or something like that.
Yeah.
Which opened the door.
So we had mentioned oh, you can just ship them all. We're going to be at Phil's house on June 7th.
Yeah.
So you can just ship them all to Phil's house. And he said, oh, okay, cool. And then a day or two later, I figured I'd just follow up and be okay, just so it's just to be sure, if they don't get there before that date, then
just send them separate.
Send them separate. And he's like, oh, I already shipped them. And so as he says that, he says, oh, I already shipped them. I write a text back saying, hey, Aaron, we should lie to Phil and say they're not going to get there in time. And as I'm
at that moment, I'm already
typing
texting Phil.
I get a notification from our group chat with Phil where Aaron had just texted him saying, hey, they're not going to get there.
Let the dream die.
In time.
They're not going to get there.
I mean, we might as well use these coasters, right? We can just
no.
So we tricked him, and then
so I believed that they were not that. Oh, Aaron said, hey, Matt just let me know there's no way he can get them done in time. That's what you said.
Yeah, they're definitely not going to be there on time.
They're definitely not going to be there before the 7th.
Yeah.
And then just hand me another one.
And then so then I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like and I was like, yeah, that's a bummer. I mean, it's still cool that we're hanging out.
Yeah,
it's still cool that we're getting the pedals. And I was like, but that legitimately is a bummer. And then Aaron said, Phil, let the dream die.
It was pretty good. And then the box showed up 2 days later.
And I lost my mind.
Phil lost his freaking mind. And
my wife
luckily, he showed the restraint to.
Yeah, we thought he was going to
I walked in the house. And my wife said, "Hey, you got a package?" And I was like, "Oh, okay. From what?
From whom?"
And she goes, "It's Nashville Matthew Hoops." And I was like, "What?"
I wish I could.
First of all, why was she so surprised that his name was Matthew Hoops? Matthew Hoops?
Because
what?
No,
from Nashville?
Because
what
that
on earth?
No, because she
what is this?
Matt
Matthew?
No. It wasn't like that. It was, but it what?
Did she recognize the name?
No, she did not. But over the
She
years,
doesn't know who Matt Hoops is? He's so famous.
She does not. But
She's
over
is
the
this
years,
from Reliant K.
over the years, when I get packages, I have received packages from strange
Dildos.
men
We're talking.
over the years.
Were they discreet packages?
From each of you, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point in time, she was like,
Who's Lacey
Aaron
Duke?
Abubo? Who's
That's a
Aaron
fake
Abubo?
name.
Right? And then I think Tim Bapalant. We got one.
Well, I
from-
guess that is kind of a weird thing, like, because if you're buying stuff online, normally it comes
it
from
says
like
like
a
a
company
company.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
it
but
comes from Amazon.
You're
Yeah.
getting stuff from people.
Yeah,
on
who is this
Reverb and
person?
stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think it's some guy that I bought it from. I don't know who he is.
But like, she still isn't used to the idea that every now and then I get a picture, I get a package from a random man,
a package of pictures from a random man.
and so she's Nashville, Matthew who, and I was like, and then the fact that I freaked
then it
out
kicked in.
made her very. She was like, what?
She's
What?
like, is it a sex doll or what?
No, she did not.
Bleep that
She's
out.
like,
I'll
I
bleep
think
that
it's
out.
vibrating.
She did not assume that.
Anyway, so if you haven't caught on yet, what we ordered is a series of 1981 Inventions DRV pedals, which is Matt's take on. It's a rat, but it's not a rat, right? That's what Matt said. But anyway, I don't know why I'm taking it out of the package to show you guys.
Yeah,
right
take it
now.
out of the
You've never
package.
seen it. So we ordered. We were talking to Matt about doing like a custom color for us, and we ended up choosing white
Obviously. Best
for
color
Cole.
there is.
White is for
I
Cole.
just want pedals to be the way they used to be. You know?
Cole would not allow any other color.
And then we chose red print on it. Why did we choose red?
Your Slum Red.
The blood of Christ. So
And then the logo has black. Which
so we
is
got white
our
with red, and
sins
then
are
we
black.
actually Matt was super cool, and so we all wanted this to happen. We were like, dude,
But we didn't bring
what
it
if
up.
we got like our logo on it?
We
Wouldn't that
had
be cool?
we each had all of our prayer warriors
we
on
had
it.
snipers on it. So Matt texted me and Cole one day, and he's like, hey, would you like? I could do your logo if you want. And we're like,
Yeah, he was like,
oh yeah,
or he was just like, you should send me the high res,
yeah.
like thing of your logo.
Send me the vector.
Send me the Vec.
Send me the vec, bro.
Send me the Vectrex.
Anyway, we're talking a lot. I'm saying a lot.
It is a
of things.
podcast. I mean, that's what we're supposed
We're
to do.
talking
That's
a lot.
the whole point.
Yeah, let's. You know what, Aaron? Let's talk less. Let's just.
I just don't want Matt to think that we're
Aaron,
like,
let's
blowing
just take
smoke
a
up his
moment
hoo-ha.
and talk less right now.
But anyway, we're very excited to have these pedals, and they look amazing. If you haven't played one yet,
can't do it.
get one, right? Everyone should get one.
Should get one of ours?
No, because those are ours.
Okay. No, I mean get.
Everybody should get on the 1981 Inventions mailing list so they
Oh.
know when the next round is coming out, and they can order one for themselves.
Okay. Yeah.
You can buy them on Reverb for like $400, or you can just buy one from Matt for like $250, $249.
A couple days a month, they are available.
Also, these are
like
like
you
the coolest
basically-
pedals, even just looking at them. It's like a custom enclosure. It comes in these handmade little duffel bags.
You need to quit looking at those things because then you're turning away from the mic every time.
Comes in a handmade duffel bag.
You don't have to have it right, but
I'm
like,
trying to prove to you that I can
Yeah,
do it. It comes in a handmade duffel bag.
it is a cool little duffel bag.
It comes in a handmade duffel bag. Just kidding. It was just really cool. It's such a cool, like, little touch that I don't know. I appreciate that he takes the time to make the opening experience like really unique and fun.
Yeah, it's a cool pedal,
Yeah, it's dope.
and they're powder coated.
I'm in love
so
with
the
it.
finish on it looks really nice.
It's beautiful. It's like folded steel.
And it sounds really good. We were playing it through your through your Jazzmaster, mostly through your Blues Junior,
Yeah.
which I'm not that familiar with, like what Jazzmasters sound like or whatever. But
Yeah.
I'm really excited to mess around because I've been using a Harbinger for a long time, which is basically a Rat. And then I have a Rat now too, like a '90s Rat.
What is
So I'll
your
have to
what
do,
guitar
like, a
do you play the
shootout.
most? Like your little stinker?
Just the Equits.
Yeah.
Oh, the Equits.
That's like the only
It's like a stack of
guitar I
P90,
play.
right?
Yeah, it's just P90
Yeah.
in the bridge.
So it's the same as a Jazzmaster, same pickup.
Exactly.
P90, Jazzmaster,
P90.
same thing.
Yeah.
Guys, if you didn't know, Jazzmaster is just two P90s in a row.
A neck and a
Which
bridge.
is P180, if you think about it.
It's PP180. It's P90, P90.
PP180.
That's actually not true.
Sounds like
Jazzmaster
that's what my
pickup is
marketing.
not a P90.
That's what my marketing company is called.
Aaron is uncomfortable with
Get
people.
your cat out of here.
Why? What's the problem?
P720.
He's about to climb on the table.
He's not.
Is it E720?
Yeah.
E37 720. Yeah, because it's double 360. Stupid.
Just to paint a mental picture for all of you, a theater of the mind. My no.
Oh, he's not.
Just
He's
to paint
not,
a
Phil?
picture for you, Phil's cat is currently licking peanut butter.
My
He's
cat.
climbing on the
I have
table.
a very old cat. His name is Meatball. Oh, his ears turned to me when I said his name.
Meatball.
Meatball is on my lap. Cole is not happy.
I wish Meatball was on my lap.
I'm okay with it.
I love cats.
Yeah, Meatball has this
Don't want him
thing
to
where
climb up on here.
Meatball has this thing where he will go towards the person who he senses who wants him the least, and he goes to that person, which in this scenario it's Cole.
'Cause
He's
I'm
tried
allergic to
multiple
cats.
times to jump on Cole's lap, and Cole swatted him away. Aaron loves cats, and Meatball could not freaking care less.
He could not. Literally could
He's
not.
just
Oh, here he
racist.
comes. Come here, buddy.
Maybe he's
Racist cat.
Yeah. Anyway, so
He's rubbing himself on my leg.
we're very happy.
Oh, the cat.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're very happy with our pedals.
We could
Yeah,
not
I've
be
it was a
happier.
fun. Like it was just.
I have a
cool,
couple gigs next week, and I'm planning on putting that bad boy with the P-Dub trifecta,
H2O.
What's the P-Dub trifecta?
chorus, delay, reverb, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, so now you got a chorus and delay in one pedal. So another thing that Aaron and Phil were equally.
If you don't want it, I'll take it.
They
I
were
do
eas-
want it.
They were
I'm just kidding.
equally
I know.
excited about is I brought Phil a pedal for the Board of Education, and I'm trying to remember. I got it in some trade,
Yeah,
'Cause
that,
I
you did.
talked about it
It
on
was
the
a weird.
podcast.
Yes,
but it's like the H2O.
the guy threw it in. He was like, "Oh, I'll give you
Oh,
cash
it's a
for
visual
it."
sound.
And
Visual Sound H2O. So it's
Yeah.
it's like the one that's shaped like a home plate and is like the
backstop.
weirdest. Yeah, and then it has a big like.
it's like 5 pounds.
It has this
So
big, like,
weird.
it ramps up at the back, so it, like, if you were to stomp on it from above, you wouldn't break the knobs because the pedal enclosure itself actually, like,
With, like,
above
proprietary
it.
soft touch knobs that are, like,
yeah, and
really
the pedal
weird.
weighs like 5 pounds. It's the weirdest.
It
but
sounds
actually,
cool, though.
It sounds pretty good.
It has, like, rocker switches on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It has,
yes, it's
it has
so
rocker
strange.
switches. It has 3, so it's a chorus and delay.
It's bizarre.
And they both, like, the delay is pretty, like, it's pretty out of control. Like, it's not super well controlled, but we
Well-
got, like, cool sounds out of both of them.
Yes.
I don't know. Is it an analog delay? It has an analog kind of sound. I don't know if it's actually analog.
It probably is.
I just
'cause,
assumed
I mean,
it was.
I
Yeah.
think it's old enough that it was probably from a time when it was cheaper to do an analog than digital,
Yeah,
where now it's
probably.
kind of flipped, you know.
That's true.
But it's a cool, like, in my mind, it's a cool one for the Board
It
of
makes you
Education.
want to look
'cause
for, like,
kids will,
a
like, mess
newer
around with it.
version, the True Tone, like, regular square version,
yeah.
and not the stupid home plate version.
I know, like, that one is a cool pedal, but it's like, I'm never going to put it on a pedal board because
It's ridiculous.
enormous.
Yeah.
And it has, like, as if it wasn't wide enough already, then it also has side jacks on it. So it's like,
It kind of does. It harkens back to that era when people weren't really doing, like, pedal boards.
yeah, so,
quote
like,
unquote,
who
all the
cared?
time. You just
Yes.
had, like, a couple pedals, so it made
So it
sense
was actually
for them to be
nice
big.
and
Yeah,
to be
'cause they're
heavy because then it
stable,
like stays
yeah.
where it is on the stage.
Because if
or
you put,
whatever.
like, regular, like, what we consider normal pedals now, they'd be, like, flopping around and stuff.
yeah, exactly.
Even Boss pedals don't really.
Yeah, I mean that's the same exact thing where like Boss pedals still have the rubber on the bottom, and it's like nobody actually wants that because it's just harder to stick Velcro to. But that's why they had it, was so it
Yeah.
wouldn't slide around on stage or whatever.
It was cool. Today is also National Donut Day.
So that's true. Tell sorry, we were going 2 different directions. Tell the viewers. So we're in Roseville, California. Went to Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme is sponsored by Sinusoid, Pro Idea Couture.
Oh,
We're
check
actually
this out.
recording with Sinusoid cables right now.
We are.
We had our
You wanna talk
DRVs hooked up with Sinusoid slivers,
Yep.
some solderless cables.
And,
Are you all
and a
Sinusoid at
slate.
this point?
No,
Why?
because
Hey, can we stop the recording for a second?
I
Phil, what the hell, dude?
Do you need, like, instrument cables or patch cables or what? Like, what are you missing?
It's just like
What
the
are you
number of
comprom-
cables.
what are you
Phil has
compromising on?
Phil has a pretty huge
Phil
board.
has a massive board. Well, we all have massive boards, but mine's just doesn't have
Phil's
pedals
is
on it
cooler
right now.
though. He actually.
I've got to say it was like probably the greatest feeling I've had in a long time. That the two of you said, Phil, you like with complete sincerity said, Phil, you really have a cool board.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it's a very cool board. It's a good
cool.
setup.
all the
It's
crap.
well thought
and
out.
it's like-
well, you've
it's-
gone through a lot too,
it's
right?
all the
thought
crap
out.
I
It's
put up with.
It's it seems like it's very useful. Like it's practical.
I chose not to mention that half of the board they're wired.
Yeah, I
there's
remember that.
There's two completely separate setups, and
pads,
one is
yeah.
for kazoo.
Yeah,
I chose not to divulge that
Because
at
then
the time.
any sincere admiration would go out the
They'd
window.
be like, oh, you
like,
suck.
oh yeah,
that's right, you
that reminds me.
freaking
you
that reminds
freaking
me
psychopath.
why we hate you as a human being.
This would be a cool board if you used it like a normal person.
Yeah.
Well, I chose to set it up so I could jump it and have them be one complete
Yeah.
chain.
No, it's a useful, and that's the thing is like you clearly, it's designed around. I mean, it's kind of like when I had my MS3 rig. That's when like my band was playing the most often, and it was very much set up to like for practicality and usefulness. You know, where now it's like my board changes all the time. In fact, just last night I went and jammed with my band, and I thought, oh, my board is kind of taken apart, so I put together a small board that just had the HX Stomp, the Wave Cannon, and a Timmy. And I was like really excited about it, and then I forgot all my power supplies at home. So I got there and like couldn't. So I just ran direct into like some little tube amp.
Well, I think what happens is like I think the three of us, we all sell stuff, and we play and sell stuff and play and sell stuff like with regularity. And so you kind of, at least for me, I go through phases where it's like, oh my gosh, like I've got it the way I want it.
Yeah.
And then at a certain point it's like, okay, I kind of think I could sell this thing and get away with like keeping everything pretty much the same. But then if you've got your board set up the way you want it and you sell one thing, unless it's on the end, it's like, okay, well, I might as well pull everything off. And then you're like, okay, well, now everything's in pieces.
I might as well sell it all.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't going to say sell it all, but then then you start going, yeah, you know what? I don't really need this, and I don't really need, and then you kind of start like.
But you don't sell nearly as much as I do.
I go
Or
not as
Aaron,
much
for
as
that
you do.
matter.
I go through spurts. There are 4. I just sold the Aka. I never remember what it's called. That oil can.
Echo.
That one.
Yeah, the Catalan bread.
I just sold that one, which I loved, but it was my 3rd delay. And then when I was like looking at the board, and I was like, I have 3 delays on my board. That's kind of stupid.
But one's for kazoo.
Well, 2 are for kazoo.
2 are for kazoo.
Don't.
You have one guitar delay. And
Here's
2
the
kazoo
thing.
delays.
Here's the thing. I don't laugh. Let me explain.
No, I'm
Don't
laughing.
laugh, he says.
I had the L cap.
If you don't want me to laugh, you can't explain.
Okay.
It's an impossible deal.
Okay. Then let me explain, and you can laugh all you want.
Go for it.
I had the L cap in my mind, and I understand that this is ridiculous. In my mind, I was like, okay, the L cap makes sense. Is kind of all the delay I need for a guitar for like most gigs, because it has a preset. Okay, so there's 2 delays right there, and then for kazoo.
They're still both just the same type of delay, just 2 different.
They are, but
presets.
you can kind of crank the dark wobbly analogness way
But
back.
if you're trying to argue that like, oh, this is this has 2 presets, so it has all the delay you could ever want, then one of your kazoo delays is the DD7, which has like every possible type of delay built into it.
Right.
True,
And then
but I
what's your
cannot
other one?
access all of them on the fly. And then the
Which
other
you
one was
need,
the
obviously when you're playing kazoo, you need to you can't be concentrating on
listen.
There's
Here's
lots of delay.
What's the
options
other
for
delay?
kazoo.
the
It was the Add an Echo.
yeah,
Now
it
it's
was
gone.
that. And isn't
Do
there
you
a
still
K in
have
there?
an ARP 87?
Add an Echo. ADINEKO.
Okay.
You could be in
just-
such
it
an
just
ADI Nikeo.
It just feels like such a nonsense word. That's why I don't have.
I think it's like Greek or something.
okay,
it's
or
all Greek
maybe
to
it's a brand name or some
When in
kind of
Greek.
winning ad echo. So
Do you not have you have an ARP 87, right? or did you sell it? Or didn't you have one of those?
No. What is that?
The walrus?
No.
Aaron,
No.
stop looking at your phone and participate in our podcast.
My wife just texted me and she said, "Make good decisions."
Wow.
Did you tell her Andy's not here, so that won't be a problem?
So
that's hilarious because that's like that's the not sarcastic version of remember who you are.
Yeah.
yes, it is.
Remember who you are.
My dad used to say
She did put a winky face afterwards.
when I'd leave like for school or whatever, he'd be like, "Okay, have fun, be smart."
Cover your butthole.
Which is basically, hey, make good choices.
Hey,
The
don't do
Mormon
drugs
version of
today.
that is return with honor. That's what like
Whoa.
people use that.
That's cool.
People use that phrase when they're talking about missionaries specifically.
Crap.
But then
Why
it's
didn't you tell me
also-
that? I wish I could have. I would
But
have
then
said
it's
that all the
also-
time to
I
my
know.
kids.
I mean, I like it's not like it is pretty. It is like a pretty standard thing to say. as
Do
Mormon,
only
is
missionaries
return
know
with
it though?
honor.
It'd be a good
So,
thing
like,
to
the
say,
young
like,
kids
at
wouldn't
the
know.
end of the year.
No, kids would say it. Like it's pretty common. Like I'm pretty sure
Summer break, going
Yeah,
ham.
return
No,
with
like
honor,
it's pretty
kids.
common for like front doors to have like a sticky note on it. So as you leave, it says "Return with honor" or "Remember who you are" or whatever. It
That's cool.
yeah. I mean yeah. Anyways,
He's like, yeah. I mean,
If Mormons are anything, they're cool.
yeah. So, where was I?
This episode is also sponsored
Oh,
by
my delays.
do you remember? Let's just say it's
Gun Street
sponsored by
Wiring Shop.
everybody.
It's Gun Street Wiring Shop always.
Yes, exists.
Which, Phil, I don't know what's going on with your Jazzmaster,
Okay, listen.
but I don't
need
think,
some help.
I don't think
Like,
we can
the
blame
fact-
Sean from Gun Street Wiring Shop for what's happening.
it's
with
not
it.
his fault. It is definitely my fault. But like, here's what happened.
You wired it yourself, right?
Well,
or did he?
No,
No,
it
he
was
bought
his
it.
harness.
Yeah.
But there are like 20 different contacts. And I was looking at. I was like,
It's
I
a
don't.
freaking nightmare.
I don't even know.
So Phil has
like,
a Jazzmaster, and he decided that the wiring wasn't complicated enough. He
No.
wanted it to do something different.
Yes.
So now he has like both
No,
of the
here-
lower knobs are individual volumes.
Here's
like
what I
it's
said.
Supposed to be.
Okay, we've talked about this on the podcast. We probably have new listeners since then.
Yeah.
So
Always.
we always have new listeners.
We have a lot of turnover because we lose a lot of listeners every week.
They can't possibly all be sticking around. Yeah.
But how did it
Cole,
start?
put your phone down. Concentrate.
Cole,
It's 'cause
remember
so
who
get
you
this.
are.
So our lizard, we have a bearded dragon, and it has to have a light on.
Is
and
that a euphemism?
And we have a little, my bearded dragon. It likes to see the sun, and we have like a camera, like a little camera that you can log
so
into.
we were hanging out with Josiah, Phil's son, and Cole goes, "I have a dragon."
Yeah, because he was
And
talking
goes,
about.
That's not true.
It's so funny that you guys think that's
Was that
like
his exact?
Yes, that
Oh
is
my
his,
gosh.
because he says that
not
all the
true.
time.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
so-
He says the phrase, "That's not
'cause it
true,"
came
all
up,
the time.
They were talking about like astronauts, just like I can't remember how it came up. We were like, yeah, like astronauts,
salad.
and
It was an
dragons.
astronaut salad, but he doesn't want salad because astronauts
like,
wear
you know
diapers.
who else-
He doesn't want
yeah.
to wear diapers like a baby.
And then
Dragons also wear diapers.
And then I was like, you know what? I have a
Supposedly.
dragon. That's not true.
That's not true.
He stared at you for like a solid 2 seconds. He looked you in the eyes.
Because he wanted to see, like, is this guy?
Yeah,
Because
and
he
then
puts
he's like,
up with your
He
sarcasm.
stared into your
Yeah.
soul.
he
and then
stared at you
decided
for
to-
like a solid 2 seconds,
showed
and he
him
goes, "That's
full
not
of it.
true."
I showed him a
That is
picture of
not
our
true.
bearded dragon. But at any rate, we have like this. I'm not home, and neither is my wife, and we have a camera pointed at his cage that you can log in and see. But
Whoa, wait,
but our membership just lapsed on that, and we
Uh-oh.
have to renew it. And
wait a
so
minute,
she
wait a
had to
minute,
get
wait a
neighbor.
minute. How have you not posted this in the group?
It's not like a
private,
public
dude.
The
link.
webcam
They
for
would-
your bearded
Guys, look what just
dragon.
happened.
That's pretty crazy. The
do that
coaster's
on
standing on
purpose.
its end.
Oh my gosh!
Is there like evil powers here? Do
I
you
was
have a
gonna say,
Ouija
is this
board?
a Ouija board?
Is it the spring equinox?
This table was built out of 1,000 Ouija boards. Did I not tell you guys that when I offered to let you stay at my house?
It's like leftover wood from the Salem witch trial.
the charred edges.
It's Arctic char, man.
When they were like sending the wood through the planer, they accidentally sent like 10 virgins through.
Is Arctic char a fish?
I think that's like a.
It's like a fish,
That's
right?
like
No, it's a vegetable.
I think that's like
It's like
a.
super
oh,
good.
chard. I'm thinking of chard. Swiss
It's super
chard.
good for you.
No, I think it's like a dessert at Dairy Queen or something. Arctic char.
It's like baked Alaska.
Yeah.
Kick his ass, Seabass.
This is off the rails.
Rusty
Love it.
trombone. So
We are like.
So we figured
Gross.
out the camera situation. What else was I going to say? Yeah, we still got time.
I just wanted to make sure we know how long we're going. Sorry. Little inside baseball.
Oh,
So
I
we
know.
figured
There
out
is
the
a
camera
timer on it,
situation
Yes.
on your lizard.
But it is kind of fun having so I can just log in anytime and see what my lizard's doing.
I want that for my animals.
And then we have another one pointed out of our garage so we can remember if
Let
our
the
garage
record
door is
show.
open.
Oh, nice.
Cole can log in anytime and see what his lizard is doing.
Yeah.
Do you know that it's
Log in.
illegal to have those front porch cams? It's illegal to point them at your neighbor's house.
Probably in California. It's not in Utah.
What do you mean?
I could probably fire a gun at my
What do you
neighbor's
mean?
house. It
Point
wouldn't be
them at
illegal.
your neighbors. If your door is, if it's on your door and it's faced the street, that's your neighbor's
If it's
house.
faced-
No, they
the
have to be
street.
pointed down so that it only reaches so far out, so it doesn't go past your yard, basically.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I don't-
Otherwise,
Says
you're
who?
recording. You're recording your neighbors without their permission.
And the street
Only
too.
if they've got their
Yeah, but that's not your
window
property.
open.
No, you're right. I see
But
what
no,
you're
they can
saying.
be in their front yard.
Just walking around butt naked.
I didn't say they're naked.
Oh, why not? Well, then what's the point?
Maybe they're humping fully clothed.
They're just zipper sparking out in the front yard.
What? Zipper what?
Zipper sparking.
I don't even know if that's true. It might not be illegal. That's what I heard. Something.
Okay, well,
That sounds
Here's
like the
what-
type of thing that that's one of the how 311 stands for KKK.
My
dude,
political
I recently
science-
was thinking about 311's
or like
pretty
when
good.
George Michael had to have his
What?
stomach pumped. Remember that?
311 and little. I heard that about.
No,
Lil'
that was
Kim,
Richard
too.
Gere.
No, that was a
Richard
gerbil.
Gere had a gerbil.
Both. He
Really?
had to get his stomach pumped because it was full of gerbils.
Whatever.
They went all the way up to his stomach.
All the way into his
How'd
stomach.
they
man.
survive?
He swallowed them for some
He
reason.
swallowed him.
Swallowed a gerbil.
He's
Like
just
eating
eating gerbils.
Like 10, 15
Just
gerbils.
chomping gerbils.
Oh yeah, they did that episode
Didn't
of my.
chomp 'em.
They did an episode of My
Lie.
Strange Addiction
Yeah.
on that.
Gerbil
Yeah.
chomping.
It was on Richard Gere, and he would eat gerbils. Yeah, it was the
Gerbil
weirdest thing.
chomping.
It's like,
It was-
I don't know why he's
was-
making this a public
It was
thing.
My Strange Addiction
colon gerbil chomping. No,
celebrity.
no, it was My Strange Addiction colon gerbils.
My Strange Celebrity Addiction.
Celebrity Addiction.
Yeah,
Celebrity
It was on
Addiction.
VH1.
My Strange Addiction Celebrity Edition.
Addition.
My Strange Addition.
My Strange
Strange
Addiction.
Addition.
My Strange Celebrity Edition Addiction.
And then on HGTV, they had a My Strange Edition where they'd put an addition on their house. But it was,
And
focused around
hey,
whatever weird
fireman pole.
fetish they had.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or like
Hey,
it was
I've
all
got a-
skulls, like
I've got a
the
sandbox in my house.
catacombs or something.
Yeah.
The alcoves.
Yeah.
So anyway, Phil's, tell us about your wiring.
Okay,
jacked
okay.
up wiring.
So got 3 delays. Here's the thing.
Delay.
3 delays.
So I. Okay. I'm going to. Okay.
We can hear you.
I know.
Cole
So-
just swore the worst swear I've ever heard in my life. It was
He
filthy
said the 3 worst words all in one sentence.
in a row.
No, it was like parallel.
No, they were in series.
Let the record show that Phil's cat is following me.
Also, let the record
Cole-
show.
Cole's walking to get some water,
dude. I put so many code reds in the fridge for you.
And
Yes.
Cole's walking around to get a drink, and the cat is following him around the house.
Nobody. They're in the freaking fridge.
I wish
'cause
you would have bought more Cokes.
I didn't think that you
I
would.
know. It's
I
okay.
thought.
It's all right. I'll drink beer.
He has beer for you, all right?
That's what I was thinking.
But you got to have whiskey for my men and beer for my horses.
Okay, I'm sorry. Here's the thing. Okay,
Thank you.
so
Yes, thank you.
do you want to, man?
Guys, we went to Krispy Kreme, and Phil saw so many of his students there.
I saw one student.
I thought the cashier was your student, too.
No, she was just some girl that kept
That-
talking about my shirt.
But you said you
And
knew
Phil,
her.
No, I did not.
You called her by name.
because she
No,
had
we
a
were
name
making-
tag, Aaron.
we were making
No,
fun of
that's
him
creepy.
because he was talking to her too much.
You don't call people their name after you see their name tag?
No.
No, because
I
that's
do.
weird.
No, it's not. It's not weird. It's pleasant.
It's weird.
Do you also say when the waitress comes up and she says, "Hey, my name's Janice. I'll be your waitress"? Do you say, "My name's Phil. I'll be your customer"?
No.
I bet you do.
My dad says stuff like that, but I don't.
Exactly. So Phil, first of all, he had like the immediate anxiety of, oh crap, there's a student of mine and my idiot friends are here and they're going to get me fired, even though he just quit that job and doesn't even work there anymore.
Because her parents were there.
Phil forgets the fact
But
that
again,
Phil forgets that teachers are allowed to go to Krispy Kreme.
That's not what I was. It doesn't matter that I was at Krispy Kreme. It was you guys.
But
What
again,
are you-
also
we're not
talking
like
about
also
balls.
degenerate people.
You're talking about
Yeah.
balls
We're
and
normal
everything.
adult
but like
men.
people
You said-
actually do bad things. Like
said
you just had
no.
a teacher in your district like a year ago that got arrested for having sex with students.
Okay,
and you're
let's-
worried because your friends might be like,
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
Redacted.
Yeah. Okay.
but it was funny because Phil literally quit that job.
I did.
So the fact that you would be worried that one of those people might think less of you is purely rational, and it's fine to have irrational fears and responses. But it was also funny.
Of getting fired.
What?
Doesn't make any sense.
So tell us the amazing.
tell us about your jazz
custom.
master.
Tell us about the custom donut that you got at Krispy Kreme.
Okay.
Phil's putting Krispy Kreme workers in physical.
Here's what happened.
peril.
No. This is fortuitous. So
Gratuitous.
no.
It's pronounced gratuitous.
No, that's a different word that means something different. All you viewers at home can look up the difference. What happened was Aaron literally said, "Hey, where's the closest donut shop?" And I said, "Well, today is National Donut Day, and Krispy Kreme."
No, that's not what happened. I said it's National Donut Day.
We should get donuts.
We should get donuts.
We should get donuts, and I said Krispy Kreme
Yes.
has free donuts, and you were
Yes.
like, "What?"
Yes.
Yeah, because that's cool. That it has
And let
free
the
donuts.
record show that Phil did not want to take us there. And we're like, why don't you want to go get donuts? He's
That's
like,
not true. That's
he's
not
like, if you guys want donuts, we can. And we're like, we want donuts. He's
I was like,
well,
"Listen,
whatever.
all my kids hang out there."
And then we get in Phil's van, and he's got Krispy Kreme wrappers littered throughout the van.
No, that's
Turns out
not-
he had been there multiple times.
There was like
today.
cat skeletons too and stuff.
There's meatballs
No.
surrounding. That's
Listen,
not true.
that's
There
not-
was a Krispy Kreme bag in there,
That's,
though.
there,
Two.
Okay,
You
because
had been there,
because
and that's why you didn't want to go back again.
that's not why.
Just admit it. Then why?
No, that's not why.
Then why?
Because no. Listen, I don't care about donuts as much as you guys do.
So you didn't want to go.
No,
I'm sorry, we're fat. Okay,
No.
Phil.
No, because listen, you guys came. You came all this way.
We came all this way for donuts, and you
I want to
tried
have
deny us
I want to have a
donuts.
good time with you. Period. So I know that the three of us, wherever we go, we're gonna have a good time.
Gonna have a good
Yeah,
time
we're
unless
gonna-
you see a student of yours,
Well, there's that. Yes.
or
Definitely.
unless we talk in a normal volume of voice outside of your house. Because then you think, what if my neighbors
But
know?
you keep
that
yelling
we
the
talk
word
about things?
vagina or something like that. Yes, you do.
No.
Yes.
we don't. We literally don't.
Phil's
Phil
defenses
is like
are so heightened.
so paranoid. It's crazy.
You say like, "I'm gonna kick your butt," and he's like, "Stop,
Guys,
stop
our neighbors
explicitly
are gonna think
describing
you
your
said the
anatomy
B
to my
word."
neighbors."
No, they made some joke about whores in my driveway. And I was
What?
like, whoa, what if my neighbor's here?
We said
they're like,
prostitutes
"Ugh."
first of all.
Did you?
Yeah, Phil. Get it right.
Okay.
So tell us about your custom donut that you got.
Okay,
Rad
okay.
donut that you had to make for you.
So
Think about like
let's
what's the
paint
thing you love about a Krispy Kreme glazed donut?
No. Do you know what? You don't tell me what I love about Krispy Kreme donuts.
I'm asking
Okay.
our viewers.
Okay, here's what happened. So we drive to Krispy Kreme. Has nothing to do with Krispy Kreme in general, but this particular day, because they're free donut day, there's a line. What time was it? It was like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
There's a line out the door. There's a line literally out the door. And
It's a can. It's 12 ounces. What do you think I am?
okay, these two are arguing about how much Code Red consumption.
Don't open it.
Oh my gosh. He was trying to be polite.
I don't want your nasty cat hands all over my soda. Nasty cat hands. Yeah, not on the top.
I rubbed every can
I know,
all over
and
the
I didn't
cat.
want you to. That was the whole freaking point.
But I rubbed them
When you
all over
get someone
meatball.
a soda from a fountain, do you touch the top of the straw while you put it
Yeah.
in too?
No.
Okay,
I do the
you
in and
should
out
Show
trick.
me the same courtesy. Oh, the in and out. You're always trying to do that on me. I'm freaking sick of it. Sick of the in and out trick all the time.
After 3 years, I'm sick of it. Okay.
You guys
so,
do that in and out trick?
Yeah, you just leave the
straw?
top of the wrapper
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
For
My
those
pleasure.
of you who are not fortunate enough to live near In and Out,
Yeah.
too bad.
Yeah.
Hope you die.
Okay, so we show up at Krispy Kreme. Line out the door.
How are we still not inside Krispy Kreme in this story, Phil?
You guys are distracted with your...
Let the
Okay,
record show.
so
Both
then
these
we
guys thought
drive.
it was going to take forever. It only took like 20 minutes to get our donuts.
It did not take that long. They were very fast. But
Yes, and also they don't need to know that we drove to Krispy Kreme. We were in Krispy
we did
Kreme.
drive there, though.
I know, and you also have a minivan, a Toyota Sequoia. So let the record
Sienna.
show that a Toyota Sienna is what we
Sequoia.
drove there.
I think Cole's point
Gas
is
tank was close to empty,
that you're
but it's
adding
not.
details that are not pertinent to the story.
I'm trying to paint a picture. Okay. So
Everyone knows Krispy Kreme. It's fine.
we're going to
And
get
everyone
to...
knows that you drive places.
So we drive down this one street, 45 miles an hour, as per the speed limit. There's several red lights.
Phil had maybe one drink, so he was certainly not impaired, but I chose to drive anyways, because he was worried about getting fired from his job that he already quit.
No. That's not true. I just feel like Mormons should always drive. Yeah. Mormons
Is
should
that what
always
that
drive.
Jesus Take the Wheel song is about?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Mormons take the wheel.
Yeah, in the drawer under
Just
the
bite
coffee.
it off, sissy. That'd be awesome. Takes a big chunk out of his countertop.
Do you see the coffee?
Feels so angry.
Okay, so Cole wants me to get
So
to
they're
this
going
part
like
of the story.
full-
So
they're
the
going
point of the
full
story is
blast.
the
Because
dude.
it's donut day. There's like.
So there's an 18-year-old behind the counter. He says, "What can I get you guys?"
Ask, did you ask to see his ID?
No,
You
I'm
should.
just guessing. So he looks. He says, "What can I get you guys?" And then I say, "I'm the first out of the three of
Can
us."
I get one of those pre-glazed ones?
And I say that we've got at Krispy Kreme, you've got the whole display of the machine glazing the donuts, cooking
it's
the,
like this Willy
frying
Wonka
the donut.
style
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. And it's like frying the donuts. The batter's going up and down over here. You got it frying over here, and then you got it glazing over here, and it's a conveyor belt and all this stuff. And I say, "Hey, can you grab me one of the donuts right before it gets glazed?" And he goes,
And at first
What?
he didn't understand, and I cannot for the life of me understand what he thought you were asking.
he looked
there's only
around.
one-
He started
You
looking
said,
all
"Can I
over
get
the place.
One pre-glazed.
Pre-glazed.
What?
He started looking
he was like,
around.
"I don't know if I
He
can-"
was looking at the ceiling.
And he was like,
was
"I don't
looking
know if
all
I
over,
can-"
Like, I don't. And
I don't
go,
know
"No,
if
no,
I
no."
can do that. And he was like going to ask his manager or something.
Yeah,
It's
and then
like,
I just pointed and I go,
at
no,
what
no,
point
over
in the
there.
process
The
did he think-
glaze. And I pointed at the glaze,
Before.
the glaze, and I said, just grab it right before. And he goes, oh.
the glaze.
And he goes, oh, yeah. Sure, I could do that. He grabs the bag that he's going to put my donut in.
doesn't
'Cause it's
doesn't
free.
grab a chopstick.
Doesn't grab the
For some
freaking
reason.
chopsticks.
Like all he does all day is grab donuts out of a thing and put them in a
No,
box.
he doesn't, though. There's an automated system. They cool.
What do they do with the donuts? What does he do all day? If I go in and ask for a dozen donuts,
I'm telling you, they're cooled on the other end.
I know, but they do pick them off of there and put them in the box with a chopstick.
But they
have a
been
method for-
cooled.
No, they haven't. They have a method for picking hot donuts off the thing, and it's with a chopstick.
Yeah.
But he chose not to do that.
I'm just saying, nope. I never saw any chopsticks pulling off of because they come over and then they're cooled.
They're
Doesn't
still
matter.
warm.
The point is, you want me to get through the story. So I'm getting through the story.
But I want
we
you to
watch
not-
him.
I want you
should
to
have
give accurate details.
I
though.
should have taken it. I know. I'm just trying to get the details. I should have taken out my camera.
superfluous details to make sure they're at least accurate.
I should have taken out my camera. He walks over confused with no
First-
chopstick.
Confused because what person in their right mind asked for
Okay.
that?
Yeah, it's like
Okay,
you know
fair
what
enough.
I love. I love.
Fair
it.
enough.
I love a hot Krispy Kreme donut, but I hate all that sugar that they put on it.
Can I just
really
get
wish
some
It
hot
already
dough?
has
just have
sugar.
hot
Just give
bread
me some
on it.
hot dough.
No, it doesn't already have sugar. It's just fried bread.
You think there's zero sugar in that batter?
There's sugar in it. There's no sugar on it.
I'm saying in it.
But that's like saying
All
white
bread
bread
has
has
sugar
sugar
in
in it. Of course it has sugar.
Oh, I promise you, the Krispy Kreme donuts have more sugar than a freaking slice of white bread.
Not by much.
I'm going
though.
to
It's
test this. I'm going to eat the inside of a donut right now.
And also, just for the record, Phil still hasn't eaten that donut, so he's going to have a cold, unglazed donut. The most boring possible.
Why would he give me 2?
But the best part about
he
it,
grabbed it twice because
the
he
first
put
one
his
he
hand
missed
down in the hot oil.
He put it on himself.
Watched him
well, no,
because
he tried. He tried to grab it. He tried to grab it like immediately before it went under this fountain of glaze. So it almost like got
out
his
of
hand.
the hot oil. Like
Yeah.
he tried to pick it up with his bare hands out of the hot oil.
No, not out of the hot oil. It's on a grate at that point.
Oh yeah. Okay,
But
sorry.
it was right before it goes.
Yeah,
Phil,
but there's like
this
about-
was like an hour ago.
there's
How
like
do you
about
remember so little about this?
3 seconds, maybe 10 seconds between the time it comes out of the oil and the time it goes under the glaze.
Yes.
It's really quick.
Yes.
It's not that quick. But it is. But he
Very
It's
quick.
quick
instead
enough
of
that it's still
very
it was,
quick.
Like in his defense,
Yeah.
Very quick.
He might have been trying to grab one, like giving
The
himself the
coolest
most time
possible.
possible, but then he didn't grab it well enough because it burned him. So he almost got glaze all over his
He
hands
yanked
too.
his hand back in anguish.
In pain.
in
it was
pure
pretty awesome.
agony.
Yes.
All for your freaking free donut. This idiot
I'm
who's
not
like,
even paying.
I really want a free donut, but I want it to be grosser than it normally is. And I'm hoping that some kid getting paid minimum wage will injure themselves while giving it
Scald
to me.
yourself. Is there any way you can injure? Yeah.
Injure yourself?
Please hurt
Is there any
yourself
way you can
while
give me
you're
a
giving me
donut that
free
doesn't
donuts?
taste good?
Could you please hurt yourself more?
I want a
For my
donut, but I
donut.
want it to taste worse, and I want it to injure you. Can you make that happen?
I want it to cost you more and me less.
And he was worried we were going to get him fired.
no.
Yeah,
What?
Phil. Yeah, exactly.
Why?
We should worried.
you were
were
worried.
worried that we are the problem when you are the problem.
Oh, no,
'Cause
no,
you're
no,
abusing children
I was not
just
worried
for
about
your
that.
sick donut.
I was worried that you
Unglazed
guys talk
donut
about
fetish.
your balls and fart
you act
jokes.
like we're like the most crude.
You
humans
were
in the
making-
We're just
universe.
normal people, Phil.
Listen, I wish I could think of
I
the
wish.
jokes.
I wish you
Okay,
knew.
if you didn't joke like that all the time too, maybe I would be on your side.
Yeah, you're like this.
But I
false
choose not
facade.
to. I choose not to in front of my
Exactly,
students
and
their parents.
we also didn't do it in front of your students
did,
because we're
but
not
you
idiots.
did, though, but
no,
you
we
did.
didn't,
Down people in
Phil.
public.
We did not make a single inappropriate joke in
You're
front of your
just so
student.
paranoid.
You freaking idiot!
You were
No, we were joking about doing it before we got there. We never said a single inappropriate thing.
True. It's true.
I don't remember what you said. You
Nothing.
said something.
No, we didn't, Phil.
Oh my god.
Because we wouldn't have done that because we're not idiots.
They totally did. It wasn't bad, but it
Well,
was like
clearly you've shown the ability to remember all the details. of
I'm
what
sorry, I
happened
don't
an
remember
hour
the
ago.
details.
Yes, you don't. You're an unreliable narrator.
So anyway, Phil's Jazz Master is supposed to have dual volume on the bottom,
Yes.
and the top circuit is like tone controls
Yes.
And a series parallel
and
switch.
a series parallel. He wired them in such a way that
so
the tone controls work backwards.
No, okay, first of all, okay, that's true, but
If you turn down one volume, it automatically mutes both pickups.
I must have shorted something out. Right?
No, because that is like a way. There are
That might just
some
be how it's set up, maybe.
like when you like Les Pauls are wired that way. For example, if you turn one of the volumes all the way down, depending on how you have it wired, and you put it in the middle position, it'll mute both of them.
Oh, really?
It can.
Yeah, maybe.
So yeah, there's a. I mean, clearly.
it's probably right. It's
So
just weird.
so
I
they're
mean, no,
there's
I think it's-
they're single coil pickups, but it's essentially it's wired like a
It's like
Les
Les Paul
Paul,
wiring, yeah.
but and then the top circuit switch is series parallel.
Yeah.
So that's basically what it is, right?
Yeah. Yes.
It appears
That's
to
what
be.
Sean did,
That's what it's supposed to be.
right?
Sean, if you're listening, tell us if it's
Tell us.
working.
Except you wired the tone pots backwards.
It's yes, I am.
that's like a
I am
normal-
not standing by.
But that's an
yes.
easy thing because, like, even on a wiring diagram, I'm the same way where it's like, well, is it like the mirror image of the pot?
Exactly.
Am I looking at it from below
Oh,
or from
yeah.
above? And you know,
Well,
Especially because
that's
those pots are
every
like
wiring.
sideways on
Oh
there,
my
too.
gosh,
yeah, but
it's so
you also
messed
have
up.
It, you have it on a
Yeah,
pick
yeah.
guard flipped upside down. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And there's so many freaking wires.
Well, Jazz Masters are crazy. I wired one up myself. The first wiring job I ever did on a guitar was I did a Jazz Master from scratch.
Ooh.
I had a kit,
So,
but like
do you guys know
was
what
crazy.
Jimmy Page wiring is on a Les Paul?
I've heard it, but I don't know
So
what
I
it
did.
is.
I got these two I had this great idea. I bought this blue Les Paul, like this Epiphone Les Paul, and
Is it Pelham blue?
no, it was like flame.
Oh, like one of the older ones.
Yeah, like the Epiphone, just like the standard Pro or whatever. And somebody listed these Gibson humbuckers for sale, so I bought them, and I thought, oh, this will be. I'm going to do Jimmy Page wiring, and it has 4 push-pull pots. So 2 of them are coil splits, one of them is a series parallel, and one's an out of phase. And so it's freaking insane wiring. Wire it up, it doesn't work. I tried like 4 different times, and also like with these push-pull pots, all the leads or all the like solder points are really close together, and so once you solder them once or twice, they're just a total mess. In the end, I finally realized that one of the pickups was bad. Like the actual pickup was busted.
Was it not working? Did you check it before?
Because I bought the pickups at the same time. I got
Oh, because the pickups weren't original either.
yeah.
I see.
I've done that a million times where it's like, oh, I'm going to do this whole new thing. And there's like so many moving parts.
Yeah.
And then something goes wrong and it's like, I have no idea because
Yeah.
I did all this at once. And that's, I wish I would have learned. I feel like I've done 5 different projects like that.
Yeah.
Where there's like so many moving parts and okay, it could be anything. And then you have to troubleshoot and you're like, I have no idea. You just kind of have to.
I got a BYOC Silver Pony clone, which is like their Klon style thing. Apparently, it's like one of the most complex kits to build of theirs. But anyway, I built it, and then it didn't work. And so I was like going through the list of like troubleshooting it. And it turns out I just didn't have the chip seated all the way. Like one of the legs got bent, and it was sticking out. I'm like, just fixed that and popped it in, and it was fine. It was so stupid. That's the worst.
That was
Jinx.
I spent like an hour on the phone at work with a guy in Ghana because they have this system where, like in their sanctuary, if you want to call it that, they have floor boxes, and then it has these video transmitters that send HDMI over Cat6 cable up to this video switcher and everything, and it wasn't working. And we did troubleshooting for every piece of it, and then it ended up just being a bad HDMI cable that they were using to connect to it down on the stage.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it sucked.
Oh man, that is
Are we
rough.
boring you, Phil?
No.
So put your damn phone away.
Hey, you were on your phone
Are you
too.
texting your wife that you just saw like an hour ago?
No, you're just looking through Instagram.
I'm
No.
just kidding. I kid. Text your wife. Guys, if you're out there and you're married, text your wife.
Text your wife.
Everybody, right now, pick up your phone.
If you're not married, text someone else's
Pause
wife.
this podcast because I don't want you to miss anything.
Pause it. Text your
Yeah,
wife.
text your wife. If
I
you're
love
not
you.
married, well, you say text.
Listen.
Text someone else's wife, right?
Yeah.
Text Phil's wife.
Text.
Her number is.
Everybody is someone's wife.
Yeah, everybody's somebody's wife.
Right?
What? Listen. Here's the thing. If you have a wife, text your wife. Say, "I love you."
No,
If you-
no.
If you don't have a wife,
If that's your thing.
if you don't have a
If
wife,
you have a wife and you love her, you
Yes.
can text her that. Don't
No.
lie to
Yes.
her.
no, lie to her.
No.
If you don't have a wife,
What if she knows you don't love her and you've already told her, I
If-
don't love you, and then you text her you love her? That's just going to confuse her.
that's okay. That's true. If you don't have a wife,
confuse her.
She's like, why
her
is
simple brain won't be able to.
he literally told me
This
2
morning
days ago
he told me
doesn't love me.
he doesn't
in
love me.
person, and now he's texting me that he does love me.
Listen, if you don't have a wife, select 9
Control Alt Delete
random
your life.
numbers.
10.
Is
Just
it 10?
text him and say
Yeah.
you up.
10. Yeah,
And say, "I love you."
I'm gonna do that right now.
Statistically speaking, it's probably a wife. Is it 50%? It could be a wife, or is it like
Well, no.
more?
I was
Less?
joking when I said everyone is someone's wife, because there are
It's
lots
I'm not
of
saying someone's.
there
wife,
are
I'm
lots
saying.
of
It's
women
50%
that
chance,
aren't married.
roughly, that it's a female adult.
Yes.
Well, a female person.
Yeah, but it could be a child.
Then it might not be an adult. Then
It
they
could
might not be married.
Somebody who's
so.
not married, or somebody who's divorced. Or
Statistically
a widow.
speaking, it's probably not a wife.
Yeah.
It's more likely to not be a wife
I
than
see
to
what
be
you're
a
saying.
wife.
I see what you're saying.
Unless only married people are allowed to have cell phones.
That's actually, I wish, wouldn't that be a better world? If only married people could have cell phones?
There are some unmarried people that I wish would stop texting me, yeah.
And then it would be like a green card marriage, but you would just like
Cell
You
phone
just
marriage.
got married just so you could get a cell
It's a
phone.
SIM card marriage.
SIM card.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
None of us are in the Google Doc right now, but if we were, we'd be typing that down right now.
Oh, that's a good one. Man, that is good. Yeah. So we're getting ready to go to Kauerfest tomorrow.
Yes.
You guys excited?
I'm cowering in my boots.
Ooh. Speaking of wives, trying to explain to my wife why I came here was like
she's still
so difficult.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a guitar. So it's like a convention or a trade show. Well,
Not really.
I mean, kind
It's
of.
this
it's
one
like
guy.
It's more like a barbecue, I guess. You're going to California for some guy's barbecue.
It's like a barbecue, but you have to pay for
to
it.
a barbecue. Wait, you have to pay for it?
The food.
Oh, the food.
And then my brother's like, "Oh, you're going to be in Sacramento. You should come down and say, well, this thing. It's
in
kind of an
San
all-day.
Francisco?
Yeah, it's kind of an all-day thing. What? It's like a. Yeah,
like a
there's like a bunch
barbecue.
of booths and stuff. Well, no,
No, there's not.
It's this guy. He'll probably play guitar and stuff. Might be like karaoke or something.
It's basically an open house.
Yeah.
Of one builder
Yep.
who builds like legitimately cool stuff.
Yeah. And I am actually excited because I don't have a ton of experience.
And it's a networking opportunity.
I have
Yes.
3 Ronies and have played a bunch of other Ronies.
Yeah.
And I have 1 Equus.
You should definitely keep saying that when you get there.
And I don't. And
Hey, everyone, I have 3 Ronies.
Attention, please. I have 3 Ronies.
I don't get why that's a bad.
I have no cowers, but 3 Ronies.
Oh, I see.
I don't think he cares.
I mean, it's just funny.
But I do want to. Actually spend time playing. It was funny though. Did you notice he replied? Because we were like debating.
Yeah.
Somebody posted, which is like a weird. Like there's a Cower owners group.
Yeah.
Or just like a Cower fan page or whatever.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, "Hey, I want to sell my Titan. What do you think is a fair asking price?" And it's like, it's kind of weird that you're posting in this group that's like, "Hey, I want to sell this so that somebody will buy this instead of buying a new one from Doug and he'll get the money."
When
So
it's
instead-
Doug's
So
group.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a weird thing already to ask. And I was like, well, based on my experience, I don't have any Cowers, but I've bought multiple Ronies and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I think
And
I
we were
posted,
saying,
I
like-
said like 850 to 1050 or something.
Yeah, like you'd be
would
lucky to get
fair.
over 1,000, you
Yeah.
know. And then Doug
Doug jumped
replied
on.
and was like, I've never seen one sell for less than 1,000. It's like, well,
Yeah.
there aren't that many out there, you know. And I think most people
Yeah.
keep them. That's the thing, is like not a
Yeah.
lot of people are like nobody's buying them to flip them. Really, you buy it to keep
Right,
it. You know,
Yeah. You mean you're going to lose money on it at this
people
point.
think, yeah, like people. I think that's one thing people don't understand is like there is value in boutique guitars in the sense that sometimes you can get a very good guitar for the money you're paying, but there's certainly not a good investment in terms of resale value.
Right.
Because you're never, if you buy a boutique guitar new, you're never going to get as much as you paid for it.
Yeah. Well, for one
And
thing,
in
your
fact-
market is so limited already.
Exactly. That's the thing. So, like, if you buy an American Standard Strat, like, you know
Exactly,
what the
yeah.
market is, and there's a huge market for it. And if you, if you buy a Roni, like, even I bought that Zebra Roni, you know, thinking I was getting an amazing deal. And in hindsight, it's like, I got a good deal, but he probably couldn't have sold it for any more than that to anyone
Right.
else.
Like it's
you
way
know?
less than it would have been new, but
It was
Yeah.
a one of a kind of a one of a kind kind of a deal.
Totally. It was
Yeah.
like this amazing guitar.
at
but
that point, the market is almost so limited that there's not really any such thing as a good deal. It
Exactly.
just- it
It's like
just
when
is what it
something goes
is.
up for auction and it's like,
Yeah.
well, if you get 2 people who really want it and have a bunch of money,
Right.
then it's worth more, but it's
Yeah.
not like there's no inherent worth to it. You know?
Yeah.
So I'd be interested to know. I know Adam Dolhanic had that Titan that he was trying to sell for a long time.
Oh, did he?
It had like a piezo pickup in it, which is a cool thing, but I think, I don't know. It's just hard to sell. It's a small market, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
And a lot of what you're buying with a guitar like that is you're supporting the builder. You're buying the experience of like being
Right.
able to customize it and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's like you're basically losing all of that by buying it secondhand. It's not nearly as cool to buy it
Well,
secondhand.
yeah, the custom nature of it almost makes it harder to move too because
Exactly.
it's so very like bespoke.
Yeah,
Like, this
and
is
not only
exactly
that,
what I
even if
want.
even if somebody was like, well, I don't dislike that configuration, but I still didn't get to choose it, you know.
Right,
So
right.
it has less value to me,
Yeah.
you know. So I don't know,
Yeah, it's
but
a
I
weird
am,
thing.
but I just don't have much.
But
so I'm way excited to actually spend some time with some Cowers tomorrow.
I've only ever played them like at NAMM, which
And that's
you
the
pick
thing
it
is,
up,
like,
you don't really get to like plug
Well,
it in.
plus
or
I always
anything.
feel like, oh, I'll see Cowers at other places, and so
right.
I'll
Yeah.
play other stuff when it's at NAMM. So it'll be cool that that's kind of the only, and there will be other stuff there, right? I mean, there will be like
I think so.
pedals and crap.
So what? Okay, so like all the times I've been, there are other builders there with their stuff. So there's like and because he knows other builders, he's got like stuff around the shop. So he's got like there'll probably be a couple Bensons there.
Mm-hmm.
Last time there was an Otis.
Odorous?
Dude, Benson. I love that Benson so much.
Dude,
The
Clint got,
Vinny
a,
that you have.
Clint got a Benson.
He got a Monarch reverb, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Hate that guy.
I'm really interested
Just
in
because
that,
of his-
Nathan Jr. one, the 5-watt reverb.
because of his connections, like I'm not sure if it's actually his board or if it was somebody else. There's like a huge board with like a million, not a million.
Ton of pedals.
Oh, it didn't actually have a million.
It didn't have it.
Not a literal million.
I
Can you
want to say
imagine?
there was
You'd
like
probably get some signal loss
20.
through a million, even if
It was
especially if they're true
something
bypass.
like 20 pedals.
need a
There's
buffer.
a board with like 20
Yeah.
pedals.
Dude,
on
imagine
it.
how
It's like
much.
one of these insane like 32-inch
Yes,
boards
it
or
was
whatever.
so big, and there's like so many pedals on it, and I remember like walking in there, like, oh, that'd be cool to play, and then there were like 5 dudes like waiting to play it, and I was like,
Oh, like in line.
yeah, and I was like, forget it. So I don't know. That's another like plus for showing up early.
We got to jump in a live band and do like some.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
Live
and that's the other
karaoke.
thing. Every time I've been, I've done a Katy Perry song, but the 3 of us could do something else. He has a full band set up.
We got to do Lord, I Lift Your Name on High.
Dude,
I'll play bass.
we'll teach Cole the harmonies. We could do a 3-part harmony.
I think he could figure it out. I think he could. it's
Figure it out.
it's pretty simple.
Lord, I lift your name
Dude,
on high.
how okay, how funny would that be
That would be way funny.
if we like fully commit to it? We're like, come on, everybody, because that's like, there's like a bunch of people sitting
Because
there.
you know, half the people there at least
A lot of people
are
would
like
know it. Yeah.
are very familiar with that culture, even if they're still not.
Here's
like,
the
a
thing:
part of it
there is
actively.
there's like a weird, maybe it's not that weird, like, because it's like, you know, these like $3,000 guitars. It's like there's like a large blues lawyer
Yeah.
contingency.
I can see that.
So like, there's a bunch of people there that are like just doing like jamming out, and they're doing like
Totally.
blues jams,
yeah.
and then like
But
somebody got up, like, I can't remember if this was last time or if it was the time before. Like, Ryan was like, "Hey, Ryan Burke, enemy of the show, got up, was like, hey, let's do something," and then we started playing, and like I was like, we couldn't come up with the song that we both knew, and so then he said, "Hey, I'm gonna play." I think he just told me, "Hey, I'm gonna play the Jurassic Park song,"
Theme song.
and so then I just started making up words. Like he was playing it, and then I was just making up words
about
Jurassic Park, and the crowd was not into it. They were like super, like,
That's
they looked
disappointing. 'Cause
they looked
I'm like
pissed.
I'm like seriously excited just hearing you describe it. Like
It-
I would have loved it.
we were having a blast. We were both like, we were making each other laugh,
hilarious.
and like every time I looked out at the crowd, they looked pissed because they were like, "Hey, where's the freaking blues?"
Yeah, they're like, you don't even look rich. Why are you here?
Yeah, you both look poor. Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Now you can tell him, hey, I got a pool. I have a pool. I'm one of you. I live in the suburbs and I have a pool.
I chose
3-car garage, fools.
pool, cower.
I can't even let my friends say vagina in front of my neighbors. That's how rich I am.
That's not a thing. I mean,
know.
it is a thing, but that's not a
It's not a thing,
category.
because if you were really rich, your friends
It
would
is
say
an
whatever they
interesting
want.
mix.
That's a good
Like
point.
I've seen a couple people posting about like, hey, I'll be there, and
We'll
it's like
probably
a
see
very
Bad Hand-
surprising.
Bad Hand Tim there.
What?
You know Bad Hand Tim?
He's the dude that keeps winning freaking guitars.
Yeah, he'll probably be there.
He's won like 3 Kauer
Does he
guitars.
live around here?
He's close enough that he shows
must,
up every
yeah.
time.
I have way too much money in my wallet, and I'm.
Shut up, Cole.
I got
Please
$40, but I'm going to take out some Gear Slum money.
That's like
The heck you are.
We all are.
that's like 3 tickets. You
Bull
just
crap.
$40 is like 3 tickets.
Over my dead body.
Well, good luck being dead.
Good luck being dead.
Don't forget who you are.
Famous last words. Good
Can
luck
we
being
please?
dead.
Can we please have a Gear Slum sticker?
Good luck
Hashtag
being dead.
no.
luck.
Oh, remember who you
Remember
are.
who you are?
The Gear Slum, remember who you are. Guys, remember who you are.
Hashtag thanks for friendship. Hashtag clunk
Did we
alone.
talk about-
Hashtag remember who you are.
Our next round of
Did we talk
hashtag.
about Pelican Noiseworks?
No, we didn't. But we did him 2 in a row, but we'll do him 3 in a row. Pelican
Dude, I'd do-
Noiseworks.
I'm
I'd
doing
do
5
them.
in a row.
So, go ahead.
I don't know. It's cool pedals. Them are good pedals. I don't know. Actually, put together this mini board. At first, I had the half horse on there, and that is a cool.
I really like the half horse. The more I play it, the more I
That's
like
like
it.
one complaint I have about the stack is it's not super like the drive range. It doesn't have a huge range. Like if you from min to max, from 6 to midnight, you don't get a huge change. But the half horse, when you turn the gain knob
Grain.
down, when you turn the grain knob down like all the way, you get a really cool sound,
Yeah.
and it's really usable. So I like that pedal a lot. And you've got that cool all black one, right?
I do. I just posted it on Instagram the other day. But it's
Yeah.
basically like, I think he tried to do like a baked finish on it.
Yeah, because he did that. Like Jamie Davis got one.
There's 2 or 3 of them out there
Yeah.
somewhere, yeah.
He got one as a part of a contest, I think. Like some.
Well, he has the
raffle or
one with
something.
all the stickers on it that we did.
Oh yeah.
No, but he got an all black some pedal from Leon. Jamie did, I think.
I know he has a regular half horse, and I think the stickered one with us, 6-cycle hub and the flippin' flippers.
Yeah, and then he
He has
also
3 of
has
them.
this other
yeah,
one.
I just
I don't even know if it's a half horse. It's something that was all black.
Yeah.
Because Leon was
What do
testing
they,
out.
what do
that
they sell
process.
for new?
They're like 180,
What?
169 or something like that.
Which ones?
The half horse. I think the Pelotar
I
is
think it was
189, and the half horse is like
Half horse, like
169 or
less.
159.
How much is it? Great fuzz with big knobs.
You could
Yikes.
Google it,
What are you
but I'm
Googling?
too busy like doing a podcast right
I
now.
know.
Your loss.
Okay.
All right,
So,
we're all Googling
We're
it.
all kind of.
It's 155 on Reverb, but that's not new. Okay, this is
No,
great.
it's
This is great stuff.
125 on Reverb.
It's 155 new from Leon at
Okay.
Pelican Noiseworks.
Okay.
PelicanNoiseworks.com. Look up the half horse. It's really cool. It's such a great design.
It is a really good.
I really
design.
love it. It's like with the glue on it.
Yeah, because we actually, it was funny. At one point, I remember it because we were doing it like while I went to that Red Sox game with Paul Pennington last year, and while we were there, I was texting. I think we had like originally texted him because we were like, "Hey, I'm hanging out with Paul."
Did he
and
drive to Boston
whatever.
from New York just to hang out with you?
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
I think he was there. He had other stuff that he was doing too, but
Well, he's in upstate anyway, so it's not like
yeah, like it was
As far as the city,
couple hours
yeah.
or something, and Leon was doing like mock-ups because we were like, oh, you could do a custom color scheme, like for Gear Slum half horse or something like that. And he came up with like all these different colors, and it was like none of them were as good as the normal
original,
one.
yeah.
So
But we have our signature on there, kind of, in the sound knob.
yeah,
Depth to tone.
Death
Did you
to
know
tone, Phil. Phil probably
You didn't know that?
because we've talked about it a bunch of times.
Because of depth to tone, he named the tone knob sound.
Yes.
Because that was our joke.
No, that was because when people said, "Oh, the tone of the something something," and you said,
We would always say sounds.
Yeah, that
In-
was depth to tone.
"Yeah," in PDub circles, you were like, "I think you just mean
happening.
sound."
Guys, it's happening.
That was a very early thing
Meatball.
that you started doing.
Meatball
That was
just
one
put
of
his
your-
his foot on me.
One of your early
Now
trolls.
he's walking away. Yeah.
It's one of our early trolls.
I'm not a part of that group any longer.
I know, but so
you're still mentoring a few members, though.
Oh, I need to bring that up. Okay, currently. Okay,
I'm mentoring like 6 people, and I get all these notifications from their check in on this person like 4 times a day. It's so ridiculous. I hate it so much.
Of your own making.
Yeah.
Of your own making.
You trolled yourself into a corner.
You trolled too close to the sun.
My theory is that Lance knew that would happen, that people would get bored with it, and they would just get notifications. So he's trolling everyone else by getting them to sign up for this mentorship program.
Okay, so currently, you how many at the maximum? How many mentees did you have?
I have Phil Eisenhower, Andy Kim, Jim Bowers, Jamie Davis, this other guy, I can't remember his name. I have at least 5.
That are still, it's still reminding you?
I still get reminders for 3 of them. So I was able to cancel a couple of them. For some reason, it gave me the option to like end this mentorship for some of them.
I wonder if it was
but
like
not for all of them.
If they didn't respond in a certain amount of time,
Must
that's
have
when it
been,
gives
yeah.
you the option. But because the rest of us like respond, then
so ridiculous.
It won't let you choose.
Yeah, so I have like you, Jim, and Andy left that I still get notifications for.
So I keep getting the notifications too. Tell Aaron how you're doing.
Mine says check in on Phil's progress.
It literally pops up on my phone. It says reminder: let Aaron know how things are going today.
I get the most for Andy though. let me see how many I have in a row.
So then
Look
I
at this.
responded. What the? Oh my! That is infuriating. Oh, that's so bad.
That's insane.
Okay, so
every day for like 2 weeks, I get a notification.
So because I see the notifications and I can't ignore it because I think there's a joke here somewhere, and I know that Aaron likes to troll groups about like theological issues. So I responded the other day. It just kind of popped in my head. I responded, Aaron, how do you feel about infant baptism? He responds immediately, I think it's great if they're tall enough to reach the font. And then I said, I need you to mentor me in understanding why that is. And then he said, I don't believe in assisted baptisms. So if the babies can't do it on their own.
Assisted baptism. I love the thought of an adult like having to lean themselves back.
Yeah. He says, so if the baby can't do it on their own, they shouldn't be doing it at all. So I screenshotted that.
Oh, did you post that in the group?
I screenshot that. At the top it says mentorship. Step 6, keep it going. Step 6, keep it going. Aaron Abubo, which Aaron, we didn't know, but Aaron kind of made a name for himself in the group. He trolled hard enough that people started noticing, hey, isn't this the guy that was saying that thing about phaser pedals?
Like that group is so huge. I'm shocked that they remember anything about the phaser pedals.
They're still talking about that?
Well, no,
They
I'm
did
just
when
saying
you
back
got booted,
before you
though.
got kicked out, they were like,
Yeah.
when you were like,
This is that guy who lied about Strymon.
yeah,
Get him.
yeah.
He lied about Strymon.
So
Yeah, he said he had insider knowledge.
yeah, your name is prominently at the top of the screenshot. So I screenshotted it, and then I posted it in the group, and I said, and I commented,
Meatball.
Keep talking.
I commented, crap, where is it?
So what are you guys thinking?
So
Write in, tell us.
Somebody shared it. Okay, here we go. No. Sorry. Okay.
Get there.
Someone
You can hear it grinding to a halt.
Okay,
He's
no,
got
no.
tons of details about Krispy Kreme, but very few.
Most-
about-
I want
of
to
them are
read
inaccurate.
I want to read it. Okay, listen. It doesn't
All right.
matter. Okay, here's what
It does
so
matter.
I posted my mentor relationship is going really well. And then I posted that screenshot. and it got a whole lot of likes.
Really?
Yes. And one share.
A share?
Somebody shared it.
Someone shared. I'm not friends with this person, and they shared it.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yes.
What is their name? Do you know?
I will
Does it
tell
who
you.
shared it?
I will tell you their name. Their name is.
That's too much.
The person's name is. Drum roll. The person's name is.
Password.
I already found the post.
Okay,
Phil.
thank you. His name
My
is
mentorship is going really well, you guys. There's
Kenji-
no comments though.
comments?
Kenji
Just how many
Kobayashi.
likes?
Kenji Kobayashi.
Dude, the guy who eats all the hot dogs?
Whoa.
That's not a euphemism. He does. That's the
Is that the guy?
yeah. There's the guy who would always win the hot dog eating championship every year
I know
until
he's Asian. I didn't know his name.
his name was
Kenji
Kobayashi,
okay.
and then there's like some big white guy who started winning it. Do you remember his name?
No.
Can you look that
So-
up for me?
How many likes did I get?
27 likes.
Oh,
Aaron,
that's pretty good.
I don't believe assistant baptism. Such a good assistant baptism.
I was hoping it was going to get enough traction that somebody was going to
It's
get
not
pissed
like-
and delete it.
It's not like being mature enough to make the
Yeah.
decision. It's
Yeah,
like
it literally-
physically being able to baptize
yeah.
yourself.
If they can't like put their hand up in the thing.
I was thinking like in my mind I was thinking like infants baptizing other people. Like what do you think about infants baptizing people? Like if they're able to do it, sure.
That's so
But if
good,
they
though.
can't reach the person,
They can't reach, then they're not allowed to do it. That's
Yeah.
all. That's the requirement.
I gotcha.
You got to be tall enough. It's a height
Well,
requirement.
I watched a dude. He was probably like 19, 20 years old. And it was like they had a small tub and they were doing baptisms at this church. And this dude was probably like 6'5", 6'6". And they went to baptize him. They said, okay, so you lean down and then we like dunk you backwards. And he was so tall that they banged his head on the edge of the thing. And he looked, it was so funny because he looked like, oh, this is the greatest moment of my life. And then they pull him back and they smacked his head on the edge of the thing. And he looked shocked and completely like
so mad.
defeated.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, it was like it was one of those things of like that Charlie Brown kind of thing of like
You just literally ruined this.
Why is
beautiful
my
moment
life-
for me? Yeah.
yeah, why is my life so bad?
I wish it wasn't so tall.
Yeah. Yeah. And everybody laughed, which
Of
is
course, which makes it worse
makes it worse, right? Yeah.
for the
So-
guy who's in it.
And then obviously the fact that people laughed means the baptism didn't count.
It's invalid.
Right.
Yeah.
You're going to hell.
Yep, straight to hell.
It's a
Like-
false baptism.
Yeah.
False baptism
Well, it didn't
is-
count because it was in the wrong church anyways.
The
But
worst.
we won't get into that.
Yeah, you got to be Catholic.
Hey, I did not tell you what church it was.
Oh.
Well,
So-
you wouldn't have been there. You wouldn't have seen it if it was in the Mormon church
How do you know?
because you're not allowed in the temple.
You don't get baptized in the temple.
What if I
Oh,
lied
you
and
don't?
snuck in and said I was Joe Mormon?
They would say that's not a thing. That's not a name.
It's not like they just ask you if you can go in.
Okay,
And
I came in because I had my temple recommend.
yeah,
Ah,
dude.
hey,
It doesn't
see?
happen in the temple.
Yeah, this just happens at a church.
Okay, but
Or
I had
like
my
in a-
card.
got
I had my
baptized-
card that shows I'm
I
a
got
temple
baptized in a
recommend.
river, in the Mississippi River. Yeah,
Wait, did you really?
The Mississippi River
the mighty Mississippi.
in the north end.
It was by Nauvoo, Illinois,
Ooh,
which is like
doesn't count.
it was
Doesn't
like
count.
a town that is like a Mormon settlement.
That's a filthy sinner part of the river.
When I was
so
in
everybody knows
Minneapolis,
that
we used to
doesn't
hang out by the river sometimes.
I went.
Would
down
you
to the
throw
river
bottles
to
at the
pray.
Mormons?
No.
Did you commit a lot of hate crimes?
There's a
in
lot
your-
of there's a lot. We'd sit there. We'd sit on the bank of the river and watch a bunch of Mormons get
You
baptized.
just throw bottles at Mormons. No big deal. You know,
Oh, that's one
No big
old-fashioned
deal.
Mormon
just
bottling.
normal burning and stuff. Bottle bashing Mormons. Just booty
Want
bumping
to go
them.
bottle some Mormons?
Just booty bumping.
Booty bumping.
Bottle
booty,
bashing.
booty bumping and bottle bashing.
A typical Friday night in Minneapolis. Booty bumping some Bible bells and bottle bashing some Mormons. No, we didn't do that.
Okay, good.
I'm glad, because especially if Phil's neighbors found out about that, they would not like it.
That is one thing you do not talk about at Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, or in your backyard at moderately loud volumes.
At normal
Just normal
speaking
speaking
volumes.
volumes. So,
Oh, that's funny.
guys, thanks for friendship.
Thanks for friendship, guys. We'll see you tomorrow at Kauerfest and next week on the Gear Slum podcast.
Will we see them tomorrow?
Some of them.
Like maybe 3, 4?
4, 5, 6, 10. I don't know.
Do you want to? Who do you think we're gonna see tomorrow?
All right, over under 10.
This is not
Under.
what I want to be doing right now.
Okay.
Over under 10.
Under.
Judge Judy.
All right. I'll say under 2. It's not interesting. Thanks for friendship.
What would you set the over under at?
Don't forget yourself.
What are they? How do
What's the over under?
What's the over under? That's not how that works.
See now, if you
What's
said
the over under on people at Kauerfest? I'm sorry, what?
over under 5, that's
You got to set the
tricky.
line.
Over under 10 is kind of obvious. Over under
Over
5.
under 6.
I'd say under.
Let's say
I'm still
5.5.
gonna- I'm
5.5.
still gonna say under.
Okay, guys.
All right.
Thanks for
Thanks
friendship.
for friendship. Hashtag remember who you are.
Cheers.
Return with honor. Cheers.
Uh,
Try tip.
never surret.
Try tip
never,
bump.
never give up. Never surrender. Thanks for friendship.
Really? Can we get in the pool if we don't talk?
No.
If you want, it's kind of cool.
It's gonna then it's gonna reset my whole clock. I'm not gonna be able to fall asleep for like another 2 hours.